now we will have our next poet, who's Maryam Khwaja, Montessori teacher, homemaker, friend, and lover of nature, loves to read, listen to music, watch movies, and travel. Family time is what she enjoys most, though, and time with her grandkids as their nana and dadu. There we are. Maryam Khwaja.
Hello, everyone. I'm so happy to be part of this amazing group of poets from all over the world. And I'm also glad that I can share my voice in it too. I chose a poem from a Palestinian poet, Mahmoud Darwish, as it seems so accurate, sadly, with what is going on in the world. So Mahmoud Darwish writes in Arabic, but I'm going to read the English translation. The earth is closing on us. The earth is closing on us, pushing us through the last passage, and we tear off our limbs to pass through. The earth is squeezing us. I wish we were its wheat so we could die and live again. I wish the earth was our mother, so she'll be kind to us. I wish we were pictures on the rocks for our dreams to carry. As mirrors, we saw the faces of those to be killed by the last of us in the last defense of the soul. We cried over their children's feast. We saw the faces of those who'll throw our children out of the windows of this last space. Our star will hang up mirrors. Where should we go after the last frontier? Where should the birds fly after the last sky? Where should the plants sleep after the last breath of air? We will write our names with scarlet steam. We will cut off the hand of the song to be finished by our flesh. We will die here in the last passage. Here and here our blood will plant its olive tree. There's another one. I just marked it and I couldn't find it. Give birth to me again that I may know. Give birth to me again, give birth to me again that I may know in which land I will die, in which land I will come to life again. Greetings to you as you light the morning fire. Greetings to you, greetings to you. Isn't it time for me to give you some presents to return to you? Is your hair still longer than our years, longer than the trees of clouds, stretching the sky to you so they can live? Give birth to me again so I can drink the country's milk from you and remain a little boy in your arms, remain a little boy. Forever I have seen many things, Mother, I have seen. Give birth to me again so you can hold me in your hands. When you feel love for me, do you still sing and cry about nothing? Mother, I have lost my hands. On the waist of a woman of mirage, I embrace sand. I embrace a shadow. Can I come back to you, to myself? Your mother has a mother. The fig tree in the garden has clouds. Don't leave me alone, a fugitive. I want your hands. To carry my heart, I long for the breath of your voice, Mother. I long for everything. I long for myself. I long for you.
Thank you very much, Maryam, for reading those poems. All right, and so the next reader is Julie Green. Julie Green is a retired museum curator, wife, mom, lifelong choral singer, and radical arts advocate. She writes in her living room with her dog Tashi, who really provides inspiration and sleeps a lot. She's currently finishing a novel and putting together a chapbook. Her work has appeared in several journals, including Slant, The Reach of Song, Circle of Women, Emory University, and Naugatuck River Review. She is the 2023 and 2024 recipient of the Herbert Shippey Award for Excellence in Southern Poetry, given by the Southeastern Writers Association. Welcome, Julie Gray.
Thank you so much. It's just such a pleasure to be here in this wonderful gathering of international poets. I traveled to Guatemala 4 times and had very meaningful experiences. So this poem is dedicated to the indigenous people of Guatemala who welcomed me and taught me how to be a better human being, and to a local Presbyterian minister, Ann Sayre, who was living in Guatemala. And she said to me, you need to come here. The Kite Festival of Sumpango, Guatemala, for Ann Sayre. It's the day of ghosts and their children, the people who cultivate the stepped land, coaxing squash and corn into livelihood. The air smells of smoke, flowers, and ripe fruit. Mariachi summons souls beside rose mausoleums. The very old are helped up paths of the steep hill to bring orchids, chrysanthemum, lilies, and carpet the graves with fragrant pine. They come from villages that sound like a song: Solala, Antigua, Tenango, a commune of vowels. They spin cotton and poetry. The poet has eyes like an eagle and gnarled hands that punch the air like bells rung hard, asking, what will you do now that you have seen? There's a particular candor in darkness with no streetlights. The women wear clothing of spun and woven cotton dyed to rival the brightest birds' ruby and indigo iridescence. Within the weave float frogs, cats, and spirits. They cook over wood stoves with neighbors who collect water from rain off the tin roof. We sit on the ground sharing chicken, squash, tortillas. They have nothing. They have what we lack. The kites are flown under a moon bigger than before, its inner light fleshy and bruised, the silver shimmering out over the volcanoes. Visions float to ancient mounds, site of ritual, origin of life, where the shaman burns strings of wax and fragrant herbs. She sings a prayer that says, altars are living. Ghosts touch your arm as they pass. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Julie. You brought us another world in your poem. Loved it very much. Appreciate your participation. And now we have our last poet who will be concluding this session and our session of this, or our event as a whole as well. Lejla Maryam, who's also an alum of the college, distinguished scholar and poet herself. And I welcome her wholeheartedly to come and present the poem.
Thank you so much. It's wonderful to be here. I thought I would read a couple of my poems and then end with a poem that actually Wakas shared on Facebook, and it really spoke to me. It was by Mahmoud Darwish. So that's what I will do. Cigarette warnings. Everything comes together nicely, maybe. Planters tied to the balcony rail with oxygen tubing. Recall the mother who flew off a balcony once. She must have wanted some air. At her grave, a bee drowns in a glittering abyss in the drops of water spilled over the cut flowers. Maybe it frolics in the sun. I saw my father die today, bee-like. I had asked for mercy. I tell the dead to play nice, to make room. I forget that pain is a weathered cord holding this feeble structure together, and that it's everywhere and so out of place. This one is a feminist manifesto because I'm a Scotty. Like following the footsteps of the man God, I blindly step where other women have gone before. I will grow a fondness for birds and black cats, and in time, I trust it will bear fruit. I know how to proceed, you see. I've seen you delight in seasonal colors of the market stands, in daily chats with the neighbors, in polka-dotted plates. They say that God comes to women in the spaces they occupy, a mistranslation and a recipe for disaster. God doesn't visit our holding pens. God is in a pinch and a dash, the vibrations of flesh as it needs, and in the dough that rises as a matter of faith. This one is just funny. So, dear Athena, fuck you, you bought. You sterile template for the abortive virgin mother, you wombless and womb-bereft wet dream of the patriarchy, you goddamn Trojan mare, virile to the bone. Seriously? Fuck off before I smear you with dung and honey and let you fester till the worms fall out. It's meant to be a little bit tongue-in-cheek. Okay. Here's a real poet. In Jerusalem by Mahmoud Darwish. In Jerusalem, and I mean within the ancient walls, I walk from one epoch to another without a memory to guide me. The prophets over there are sharing the history of the holy, ascending to heaven and returning less discouraged and melancholy, because love and peace are holy and are coming to town. I was walking down a slope and thinking to myself, how do the narrators disagree over what light said about a stone? Is it from a dimly lit stone that wars flare up? I walk in my sleep. I stare in my sleep. I see no one behind me. I see no one ahead of me. All this light is for me. I walk, I become lighter. I fly, then I become another. Transfigured, words sprout like grass from Isaiah's messenger mouth. If you don't believe, you won't be saved. I walk as if I were another, and my wound a white biblical rose, and my hands like two doves on the cross hovering and carrying the earth. I don't walk, I fly. I become another, transfigured, no place and no time. So who am I? I am no I in Ascension's presence. But I think to myself, alone, the Prophet Muhammad spoke classical Arabic. And then what? Then what? A woman soldier shouted, is that you again? Didn't I kill you? I said, you killed me, and I forgot, like you, to die.
Thank you. Thank you so very much, everyone, for being here, for supporting this poetry event, poetry reading event, celebrating poetry with Agnes Scott College, with us, with Poets of the World. I am really grateful to you, and this event comes to a close with my grateful appreciation for all of you and your contributions. Thank you.
Thank you.